Right, hi friends, Brown Loaf here. Welcome to the second episode in Zoe's play. So yeah, pretty successful trip to the university. Looking forward to seeing what the casino holds in store. But here we go. I've got my deck, my 30 cards that can be taken out of the deck, and I've got all the possible, one copy of every possible upgrade that Zoe can take. If you haven't seen an upgrade before, I just take one of every card. Just because otherwise the pile gets too big. Obviously, there's a slight limitation there, meaning that I can't get 2 beat cop, for example. But there you go, just the way it is. Couple of rules though. Firstly, I am treating all 30 cards in this deck equally. That is to say that the off cards are not protected. So if it is an off class. If it's an off class, then it comes out just as much as any other card. But also, I'm actually going to limit my neutral cards to 1 collection's worth. So in other words, if Zoe gets an emergency cash 2, that's fine. And then if Rex gets an emergency cash 2, there'll be no more emergency cash 2s left for the collection. It's just because there's a lot less cards than there was when we were doing the core set. I don't want it to be all the neutral cards. I don't want every single investigator to have Thermos or something like that. So there you go. Just ramping up the variety a little bit. Well, what would I like to see? Well, it's not so much what I'd like to see. It's what I'd like to see not go, which is important. I really could do with Greta not going anywhere. There is an upgraded Greta. That'd be good. There's also an upgraded evidence. That would also be good. But please, I just want my decent cards not to go anywhere. I could do with just one good weapon that isn't just giving me an extra combat. So it occurred to me that the enchanted blade would be quite good because it means I could be very, very flexible and would give me a bit of an edge dealing with the what's it called? The bloodthirst. Okay, so I've got 4 XP. I've got 2 victory points, which of course double. So let's see what we get. Ready to go. So first card is 4 XP. We get, yes, look at that. Evidence level 1. Whew, excellent. Okay, so this is a relatively new card. I don't entirely know how it's different. Time to find out. So fast. Pay after you defeat an enemy. Discover 1 clue location. 2 clues instead if you defeated enemies with a combined total of at least 4 printed health this turn. Oh, I reckon there's some potential there, isn't there? I mean, it's a bit better. Multiplayer because you're more likely to be 2 clues and they're more likely to be printed health of 4 or more. However, I would have quite happily paid 1 experience for another evidence, so I'm delighted by that. God, imagine if this was Greta level 3. Can you imagine? It looked like I cheated. Here we go. That's a great start. Let's see what's next. Oh my goodness, it's the council's coffer. Whoa. Okay, I've never ever played this card before. I do have a theory about this card, which I'll tell you about when I've read it. Okay, so you put 1 lock on it, and if there are no locks on it, each investigator searches his or her deck or discard pile for any card and immediately plays it at no cost. Exile the council's coffers. Oh, exile! Wow, I didn't realise it was exile. And I'm only allowed to do this once per campaign. Okay, for a double skill check, test any skill 5. If you succeed, remove 1 lock. Wow, and that's not unreasonable, is it? Because with Greta down, I'm on 5. Wow, that's really, really good. So, I mean, yeah. Here's my theory about this card. So this card was, as it says, designed by the Council at Arkham Knights 2017, which is also, I believe, where Labyrinths of Lunacy was debuted. Now, I don't have an issue with Labyrinths of Lunacy. I've had some amazing games with some amazing people of Labyrinths of Lunacy. However, slight spoiler, quite often you find yourself with a bit of time just waiting around for stuff to do. So the idea of a sort of side quest, I can just imagine people sitting around thinking, oh, do you know what this game needs? It needs a side quest. And there it is. So, okay, good. Well, I mean, you know, that's another copy of Greta. So I can live with that. Well, I've got 1 XP left now, so this could take a while. Let's see what we get. Taunt level 2, too expensive. Marksmanship. Fast. Play when you activate a fight ability on a firearm. Well, I've only got the, I think I've only got the Colt, haven't I? The pocket one, okay. Or a ranged asset. This attack can target an enemy at a connecting location. Ignore the aloof and retaliate keywords for this attack. So I could pick off a whippoorwill. And I'll do a bonus damage, one more damage that it needs, which means I could get rid of my weakness if it comes up. That's not too bad. If it succeeds against the enemy not engaged with you, the attack does +1 damage. Okay. Well, that's sort of overkill, then, isn't it? Okay, right. I mean, I'm not in love with that card, but I am in love with that card, and this card has made me laugh. So I'm not. I'm not complaining. Here we go. Right now, we've got to be very, very careful here. What's gonna come out the deck? Oh, I'm so worried. Here we go. First card is something worth fighting for. Oh, it's offended because I didn't use it last time. That's a real shame. That is a real shame because that card is fantastic. That being said, I've got a bit more soak in the shape of Warren Rice. Oh yeah, the other thing to note about Warren Rice is he acts like a double intellect icon as well, which is good in a pinch. All right, so that's not great. Blackjack, that's fine. Blackjack, I've got 2 of them. So I wouldn't like to see another weapon go. Oh, daring. Okay, never mind. I quite like daring. But there we go. It's gone. The good news is what stayed in the deck. Greta stayed in the deck. Evidence has stayed in the deck. Even, what's it called? Interrogate has stayed in the deck. I've still got my 2 Intrepid. I've still got Self-Sacrifice and the Useless Bandolier. But yeah, okay. I feel like I've been upgraded just by that one evidence. And I've still got Greta, and I could get Greta back from my discard pile. So yeah, I like it. I'm happy. All right, okay, so it's on to the casino. I'm thinking when I play the casino, which you'll see in a second, I'm thinking I've got quite a lot of allies that I will probably just do the thing where you give an ally and then go and have a drink and just get rapidly racing through this one. I might get the clue at the first location if possible, because that clue kind of carries on, because you get 1 and then you get 2 and then 2, so you get 1 left over, which is actually quite a leg up for the second half of the scenario. But yeah, I'm up for it. I'm amped. Okay, guys, I will see you in the Bella Luna, and yeah, we'll have some fun in the casino. All right, cheers then, guys. See you then. Bye. Hey guys, how are we doing? Here we go. It's time for the gameplay. We're at the casino. We've arrived. We're not exactly dressed for it, but we've got into La Bella Luna, and we're good to go. So I've been thinking about this play all day. Actually, I've been very, very excited to do it as always. However, I'm thinking strategy, and there are many different branching routes this scenario can go. However, it comes down to 3 really. One is like a complete loss, which is running out of time or getting knocked out. Don't particularly want that to happen. The second one is we resign. And the third one is we resign with, what's his name, Clover, Peter Clover. Now, what I've realised is I don't think that's actually going to happen. I don't think there's much chance of me resigning with Peter Clover, given that it is generally a difficult thing to do anyway. And my deck isn't really designed for it. So it kind of feels like, to me, the best plan is not to advance the act past Act 2. Just try and get as many victory points as possible. And then I had another thought, which is currently my deck is actually quite rich with clue tech. And if you look at the possibilities for upgrade, the ratio of clue cards are there is actually lower than in my deck. So if I was going to go super meta here, I should try and get as few victory points as possible, so there's less chance of the good cards going out of my deck. So one option is I could just resign. So there we go. Okay, catch you on the next one. I'm only joking. No, that does kind of make sense, but completely goes against the spirit of what I want to do, and which is explore the cards. So I'm going to suck it up, and I'm going to get as many victory points as I possibly can, and then. If I end up losing Greta, then so be it. It is worth noting that I've got a lot of clue tricks. What is really starting to worry me, and this is a long way off, I might be being a little bit presumptuous here, is where Doom awaits, where you've got those raw intellect skills. I have got Peter, what's his name? the professor who gives you one extra one intellect. I've got him. And I'm just wondering whether I should really start thinking about getting the Necronomicon, if that's even a possibility. But anyway, we're a long way off that. So my plan is going to be to try and advance this as quick as possible and just start picking up the victory points, and probably will not advance past Act 2. Because the other thing is, when you advance past Act 2, you get another abomination. Maybe I'll want it at that point. Maybe I'll want to try and get that Servant of the Lurker extra victory point. But we'll see how it goes. So I just want to get out of here safely. Why have I got the Council Coffers out? Well, this card, I think, I've been thinking about it a lot. And I think the plan is I'm going to use that later in the scenario. Later in the campaign, sorry. When maybe, you know, a few more of my Clue Tech cards have gone out and I need a repeat of them. Or I desperately need Greta, so I go looking for her. The other bonus about this card is its exile, and one of the good things about exile is it gives you a free 0 XP card to come back into your deck. So it might be, once I've got through all my decent 0 XP clue cards, I exile this and then hopefully just draw for another one. Bit of a long shot, obviously, but you know, that's pretty much the name of the game. If there's a card called Long Shot, I probably would have gone for that instead of Dumb Luck. But there isn't, so there we go. I don't think there's much else we need to say. Oh yeah, another reason to really go for the victory points is if I could get Keen Eye. I know it's not everyone's favourite card, but that would just be great. That means I could relax. Because XP cards stay in your deck, and permanent ones, funny enough, are permanent. So here we go, we're good to go. So my plan is, I'm going to try and pick up this clue. I sort of waffled at the end of the last little bit, just saying about getting the extra clue. The plan is get this clue, 2 clues there for dropping off an ally, 2 clues there for having a drink, and then I've got 1 clue left over, which will make the last bit a little bit quicker, but then again, that goes against what I just said. Oh, okay, I'm keeping my options open. I am going to get this clue, not only because I want the pit boss to come here so I can just start running away from him. Pit boss is going to go down. He's a victory point, 2 victory points, just waiting. So let's get ready to go. I'm really, really excited. I hope to see Greta. I hope to see... what else do I want to see? A couple of evidences. It's not a bad one for interrogate, this one. Worth noting that there's an errata on this card. He is actually humanoid. So maybe that's happening. Let's see how we do. Good luck, everybody. We're at the casino. Okay, we've got the Council Coffers, which I've just said I'm not having. I don't need cryptic writings. Eavesdrop doesn't really work for me. I've got an evidence and a 1-2 punch. They are being kept. Okay, here we go. Next card is Calling in Favours. All right, nice. Counter Punch. Look, I'll tell you what I noticed, that this is the same boxing match, which is very exciting, isn't it? There we go. And final card is that I've got both evidences. Wow, this is great. This is really, really good. So I'm very, very pleased with that indeed. What I don't have, you might notice, is an ally. I don't think I can use Calling in Favours if I don't have an ally. Choose an ally asset you control, return it to your hand, then search the top 9 cards. Yeah, so I can't do that until I get an ally. So that's not actually a great start. So I don't really know how to kick off here. Do I waste an evidence getting this clue, or do I say, no, that's a silly plan. Let's get 2 clues there, 2 clues there, and get out. I think I'm doing that. So here we go, ready to go. First action, I'm just going to be drawing cards, I think. I'm looking for my assets, I'm looking for Greta. Let's go for it. All right, so first action, we've got Fleshwall. Not be playing that. Second action is Bandolier. Funny enough, I won't be playing that either. I could redo with an ally, otherwise my plan is going up the spout pretty quickly. I could cheat. I really don't want to cheat. I really, really don't want to put another token in the bag. That would just be a disaster. So I really need an ally here, and it's Intrepid. Okay, that sucks. Right, so enemy phase, he moves in, he's aloof, he doesn't engage me. Upkeep, self-sacrifice. Well, that's not a difficult decision as to which card I discard. I've got plenty of money, but no allies. This is already going badly. Let's see what my first card is, and it is Twist of Fate. Okay, so we take a random token. Got to be a bit careful of my horror here. Let's see what we get. And it is a 0, which is, what's the choices? If you put a positive number, nothing happens. Any other number, 1 damage. Well, I'm a maths teacher, and I can tell you 0 is not a positive number. So there we go. Right, okay, so part A of the plan hasn't worked. We don't have an ally. I guess we could move, draw a card, really hope for an ally, and then if one doesn't come, we're having a drink, and then we're hitting the tables. So here we go. Right, first action. I'm going to move in there because I don't really want to see Pit Boss. Draw your card. Really hoping for an ally here. It's a guard dog. It's working. So I love the theme here that I'm sending my guard dog off to chat with the with the other casino users. But who cares? Clues are clues. We don't care if it fits in theme or not. Discard an ally you control. Gain 2 clues. Limit once per turn. That's fine. I can live with that. All right. Enemy phase. He moves. I get. Excuse me. Thank you very much. I get a card, and it is Heroic Rescue. So something's going here. What is absolutely not going to be played? Probably the Bandolier, isn't it? Gain a resource. Okay, the second Doom is coming on, and let's see what we get here. And it is a Thug. Okay, when the Thug is engaged with you, cannot gain resources. That's no problem whatsoever. He is just going to sit there. He's aloof. He doesn't hunt. There is a card that makes him hunt towards me, but I'll be long gone before he gets his grubby bits on me. Here we go. Right, so first action. I am moving here, and I am going to hit the bar. So what do I have to do? Spend 2 resources. Glug glug. Gain 2 clues. Okay, which means the act will automatically advance. Okay, so let's see what happens. We put the Darkened Hall into play, and we discard cards until a criminal appears. Okay, we shall do that. So here we go. Darkened Halls is there. Okay, and let's see what criminal we've got. There's some rats. They're not criminal rats. That's not a criminal. I always think this guy, he looks like Rene from Hello Hello, if anyone knows what that is. I mean, now I'm looking at it, and I've said it on camera. It doesn't look anything like him, but it just triggers that. Some more criminal rats. Oh, Rene Artois again. That was her. Okay. Right, okay, we seem to be cycling the encounter deck. There we go, it's a mobster. He's got Retaliate, good for him. All right, so what's happened now? I've moved, I've had a drink. I haven't had a drink. I haven't drawn my 2 cards. What do I get? Run for your life and a trench knife. Okay, I think I want to stay where I am and let the pit boss come to me. So he's further from me, so I've got a bit more time to set up. And then next turn I'll be 1, 2, and get into a room. Let's do that. I've spent my clues, haven't I? They're gone. All right. So my goal is to get to the VIP area and spend 2 clues. But frankly, I'm not particularly interested. So for my final action, I'm going to play Trench Knife. Just a +1. Just a +1 at the very worst. So here we go. Pit boss moves in. Upkeep. Eavesdrop is probably not going to work for me, so I will get rid of it. I gain a resource. I get my 3rd Doom. Let's see what we get. We have got Hunted Down. If there are no unengaged criminals in play, it gains Surge. If there is 1 or more unengaged criminal enemy in play, each of them moves 1 location towards you. Okay, hang on a minute. This has actually turned out pretty nice, isn't it? Each criminal that engages you as a result makes an immediate attack. Joke's on you guys. You're all aloof. You're too aloof for your own good. I have got too many cards in my hand, haven't I? So let's get rid of Heroic Rescue because that's not really doing anything. All right. Cheers, guys. Thanks for moving out of the way. That's brilliant. So first action, I will move here. Second action, I will move here. Are we on camera here? We're a little bit off camera. I might just pause it in a sec and just refresh that angle so we can see everything. I've got 1 action left. Okay, just pausing. Okay, we're back. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Okay, I've got 1 action left. Do you know what I'm thinking? I feel like we could clear up here. I've got 2 evidences in play. I've got lots of hitting cards. I feel like I'm in for quite a long bit of just sitting there and letting them come to me and beating them up. So for my final action, which one will this be? It is the back alley. Okay, which is worth a victory point, but that's probably where I want to end up. So here we go. Enemy phase. Pit boss moves there. Upkeep. Marksmanship. I suppose I should keep that, shouldn't I? Or maybe not. Maybe that's the worst card there. I think it's the worst card there. Let's get rid of it. Gain a resource. And the 4th Doom gets played. Okay. So, shuffle the encounter discard pile. And then because we've done extracurricular activity, we've got less time, so we go straight to this. This is where we get a random enemy from the Hideous Abomination and we put it in the lounge. The Bella Luna goes, and then that is it, and we shuffle in a few more cards. All right, okay, I'll just pause and do that again, save a bit of time. Okay, so there we go. We've got a bit more breathing space now. The Bella Luna, the beautiful moon, has gone. Now, I didn't do all of that off camera because I did want this to be random. Let's see who we get. I don't know which would be best, actually. Probably the Servant. Going for the victory points. I've got 1-2 punch, haven't I? So yeah, it seems all right. It is the conglom. It's a conglomeration of spheres. All right, so okay, so the Clover Club boss is going to stay one step ahead of him. Good for you, Clover Club boss. And now we draw our Mythos card. Okay, let's see what we get. And we have got Arousing Suspicions. Place 1 doom on each criminal enemy at your location. If no doom was placed, by its effect, lose 2 resources. That's not a problem. I've got loads of money. Right, okay, well, I might as well save this location until later, so I just want to dip into one of these 2 locations and see which one I get. I'm not interested in about advancing the deck. I want to get VP. Here we go. First action, second action. It is the VIP area. That is going to be a struggle because that is 3 shroud. So what do I want to do here? Do I really want to commit an evidence? Now the thing about this scenario is +2 is very nice, and +1 is not so nice. So I think I'm just going to draw a card, and if I have to wait here a little while till the pit boss gets here, so be it. It's a sound mash, not so great. All right, so enemy phase. He moves there. Start the enemy phase, he eats something. There's nothing to eat, but that guy's not looking too safe. What do we got? Tetsumori, okay, he's an icon. We get a resource. We put a doom on, and what have we got? It is rats. That is utterly perfect. That is absolutely perfect, because that means I can use evidence. Very nice. Okay, I've got too many cards in my hand, haven't I? I should have really done my discarding before that. So I think I am getting rid of Flesh Ward and what else? What else? Do I need Run for Your Life? I don't think so. I don't know, that might have been a mistake. Anyway, we'll see, won't we? Okay, so first action, I'm going to smash these rats. So I am 4 on 1. That's my first action. Hang on a second. No. Yes. I've got a slight problem now because I've got the pit boss. I'm just wondering if I should have kept that Flesh Ward actually, and maybe bin off the Sail Mash. Okay, let's do that. All right. Anyway, I'm attacking the rats with my trench knife, so I get a +1 on it. Here it is, and I got an Elder Sign. Oh wow, that's an extra bit of damage. If only I had my weakness in my hand. I haven't. But hey, that's not the good news. The good news is I can now play Evidence. I'll play level 1 just in case. I can't think of a single situation where level 2 is going to help me out here. So that's my first action. Second action, I'm going to play... Now, hang on, I've got to think here. I think I'm going to have to move in and take 2 whacks from the pit boss, aren't I? Because otherwise he's coming in there, so I've got a bit of a problem. Okay, not ideal. Okay, let's think. I think that's what I'm doing, and I could use counter punch and 1-2 punch to possibly finish him off quite quickly. Let's do that. Okay, so second action, I'm moving in with the pit boss. Third action, I am going for it. I'm going here. All right. Okay. So he's engaged me. He's just given me an attack of opportunity, which I can't do anything about. However, I can play counterpunch to attack him. So I am attacking him with 5 on 3. Nice to get an Elder Sign now. Whoa! Okay, that's good. Thanks for that. That was perfect. Okay, okay. So enemy phase. He eats him. Unlucky him. He moves there. He now attacks me. So my health is not looking wondrous. But don't worry, I think this is all under control. I think. Right, upkeep. Oh, it's War and Rice. Okay, now we're talking. Get a resource. Hang on, let's just check what happens here. After you fail a test, lose 2 resources. That's fine. There is actually a clue there as well, which is kind of the whole reason I'm there. And then we get a doom, and what do we get? Frozen in Fear. That is not ideal in the slightest. That is really bad news. Okay, here we go. So I've only got 2 actions. Do I use a 1-2 punch here? I think I have to. So I'll play 1-2 punch. Much as I'd like to have saved it for the conglomeration of spheres. Am I in trouble now? Have I been really silly here and got myself in a ton of trouble? I might have done. Oh dear, I might have done. I've got to kill this guy. I've got to kill this guy, so let's just do it. Okay, first action. I'll play 1-2 punch. First test is 5 on 3. Let's see what we get. That's +1, so that's 1 damage. And then second attack, so this is immediately afterwards. I have 6 on 3. Of course, I'm not using trench knife, so I don't get that. 6 on 3. Oh no. Yes, that's fine, isn't it? That's -2 if you fail to discard 2 resources. Phew. All right, he's dead. Excellent. So that's 2 more victory points. And I can play Evidence 2 to gain that clue. So we've got plenty of victory points. It's now just a case of trying to get out of here alive. So the conglomeration is, hang on, is this the end of my turn? At the end of your turn, test willpower. Okay, let's commit. Intrepid won't last very long, will it? I'm wondering if I've got any choice at all. I don't think I've got a choice. So I'm 5 on 3. Is that enough? Or do I commit Fleshwood as well? Yeah, I think I commit Fleshwood as well. So I'm 6 on 3. I really, really don't want to fail this test. Let's see what we get. Oh no, -4. Oh no. Uh-oh. We got a problem. So the conglomeration spheres has engaged me. Right, he hits me for 1, which puts me up to 6 damage. And he hits me with his sanity scare for 1. You can tell I'm nervous because I'm trying to talk absolute nonsense. All right. Oh dear. Upkeep. Desperate Search isn't going to do anything. We gain a resource. The third doom goes on. What do we get? Oh no, Rotten Remains. Actually, that's not too bad, is it? Rotten Remains. Because I'm okay for sanity at the moment. I am 4 on 3 for this test. I've got -4. I've just taken a massive sanity hit. This has all gone horribly wrong. I now cannot resign. Hang on, or can I? If I play Professor Warren, let's have a think. Professor Warren, then moving would be 2 actions. So let's just work it out. Okay, so if I play Professor Warren, I get attack of opportunity, which would leave me on 1 sanity. Then I move, which would give me an attack of opportunity, which I could put on Warren. It would then attack me. I think this works. I'm just going to pause because I'm just don't want to sit here counting. And okay, I've done the maths and I think it works. I'll be hit 4 times. 1 for the attack of opportunity to play Professor Warren Rice. 1 for the move. Then I'll be attacked in the enemy phase, which will be 3 attacks. 4th attack to get to the back alley, and then I resign. So I need to I need to have 5 health and sanity left. I've got 3 health on me and 2 on Professor Warren Rice, and I've got 2 sanity left and 3 on Professor Rice. So it is about as close as it could possibly be. But hey, that's how we like it, isn't it? Okay, let's do it. First action, I will take the attack of opportunity to play Professor Warren Rice. We gain a resource and we take we gain a resource. We take a damage and we take a sanity. Then we get hit again as we move, and this takes 2 actions, and we put both of those on Professor Warren Rice. Okay, then it's the end of our turn, so we're trying to get rid of this. I've got no bonuses whatsoever, so it is 5 on 3. Doesn't really make a huge difference, this one. 0. Now it's gone. Brilliant. Right, then he attacks me. So I put 1 of the horror on Professor Warren Rice, and I put the other damage on me. Upkeep. Interrogate. That's a bit late for that. Get my resource. Get my doom. It all comes down to this. Distant voices, that's fine. Absolutely fine. So first action, move. Take attack of opportunity, which kills Professor Warren Rice. And is it worth having 1 complete shot in the dark to try and evade him? Maybe I should have done that first. Yeah, there's nothing to lose there, is there? Well, okay. Well, I haven't done it first. I've moved. Oh, I don't know what to do. Oh, this could be so stupid, couldn't it? Is it worth it? It is worth it for 2 XP, isn't it? What if the next card kills me? Let's try it. Okay, so second action, I'm trying to evade him. This is 3 on 4. Is there anything that would actually make me pass this? My elder sign is +1, and there's a +1 in there. Oh, we're going for it. It's not meant to be. Okay, so final action, we resign. Okay, right, how did we do? Not too bad, actually. I'm quite happy with that. I mean, we didn't get the easy clue. We made life a little bit hard for ourselves, but we got a decent amount of experience. So I get 1-2 for the pit boss. I get 1-2 for the VIP area, and I get 1-2 for the art gallery, which is a total of 6. And I believe there's a bonus experience at the end of this scenario. We don't have to put any tokens in the bag because we didn't cheat, and we'll get Armitage, and Armitage is like an unexpected courage, which is great news. So, wonderful. I'll think that over, I'll give it some thought. Look how close it was, really exciting, and I'll catch you on the debrief. All right, see you in a sec. Right, there we go, that was that. So, first most important thing is I've got to address, unfortunately, there's a couple of misplays. However, straight away I'll just say I don't think any of them were serious enough to ruin the game, and they pretty much cancel each other out, or they did me a disadvantage. I just essentially forgot her ability for the entire game, which is ridiculous. I got to be able to sign a couple of times, didn't I? But yeah, I didn't gain a resource once, which kind of counteracts what happened in the VIP area, where I did take a card and a resource during upkeep. So yeah, apologies for that. And the second thing was, again, I was sitting in the art gallery and I did the 1-2 punch and then ended my turn and I had another action. So I could have moved to the darkened halls, which is kind of counteracted by the fact that when I did the test for the Frozen in Fear, which I can't find, I failed it. I should have lost 2 resources, which meant I couldn't have afforded right. So what would have really happened is, if I remember my extra actions, I would have moved here. That failed test would not have triggered that, and we would have been absolutely fine. Also, I might have even stood a chance of getting in there and getting a clue. Guys, these things happen. I hope that's okay. I hope that doesn't take away from your enjoyment. There we go. Okay, on balance, I don't think it has affected, firstly, the fun of the gameplay and the spirit of the deck, and secondly, the eventual outcome. So not much to say about the deck, except that I love it. It's brilliant. I'm definitely carrying this deck on. Even if all other 4 decks are better, this deck is carrying on. I think it's going to struggle in certain places, but we're just going to try our best. The only card I'd like to give a shout out to is calling in favours. I feel like maybe towards the end there, I might be able to do something a little bit more tricksy. Maybe I could put Tetsu Mori into play a bit sooner, and then switched in, got Greta in, made my whole life a little bit simpler. I think there were lots of ways I could have made my life simpler in that play. For example, you know, was I ever actually to get there, get the clue, there, get the clue and resign? Maybe, if I'd remembered I had an extra action, I could have just gone out and been happy with those victory points. But look, I'm happy with the result. I'm really happy to take Zoey on further. One new rule that I'm introducing is I decide whether the deck moves on before I do the upgrade. So I can't wait and see what the upgrade is, and then say, oh, that's a bit rubbish, and then not do it. So I've decided Zoey is carrying on. I'm sure you agree. This deck is lots of fun. She's loads of fun. And she's just great, isn't she? She's really good. And she's part of the Gillian Anderson quadrilogy as well, so she's got to stay. Okay, well, look, there might be a week break until the next one, because I'm planning to do Iron Man for Farcombe Knights. I'm planning to do a Wendy deck, actually, possibly with Yautel. If you haven't seen the Wendy Yautel play, that was loads of fun. So check it out. So if that is the case, I will see you in a fortnight, and it will be Rex next, who I think has probably got a bit of a tougher task on his hands than Zoey. All right, guys, have a lovely week / fortnight, and I'll see you then. Cheers, bye.